Hey there, it's Mel.
And Jess.
And welcome to Witch Weekly Podcast, where we are talking Hogwarts Professors Part 2.
It's quite popular and almost surprising.
And we had so many professors left over from last time.
Yeah, we did, but there's a lot to say when you think about it.
There is so much to say, and with that in mind, we don't have a question for the week. We are just diving straight in, as if it was continued without that break and without those people visiting us. So, I'm going to start this conversation with Professor Binns, because he is a ghost who teaches, and he just lectures.
Yeah, that seems like dangerous but necessary for his subject. When I think about it, that subject it sounds interesting, but teaching all of it would bore me to death. So I guess it's really convenient that he's, a bit dead.
And he just stands there and lectures. Apparently he never variates. And I remember in the second book he was really surprised because Hermione raised her hand to ask a question in class and he didn't know what to do because, nobody asked questions.
Oh my gosh. See, that's where you know something's going wrong as well. You don't ask questions when you want something to come to an end quicker. That's how it goes, so...
Yeah. But, I wonder... I don't think it's ever explained how long he's been dead for. So...
Hasn't it?
I really don't think it has.
I certainly can't recall a time period for it either, but it's so weird that they haven't said anything. I wonder. Yeah. We just need a picture of him, look at what he's wearing, and then make a decision about how old we think he was.
Yeah, exactly, because that's what I keep wondering, because... now I've lost my train of thought with you. Because if he's been dead a long time, and he's a ghost... that means history has happened in between the time he's died and now. You get where I'm going with this. Is he up to date on history? Because history could be 10 years ago.
Well, he can observe. And it's kind of like Nearly Headless Nick. Nearly Headless Nick can observe as well. And he takes things in. So I imagine he's capable of taking things in and actually being able to continue to teach. Hold on, his first name's Cuthbert. I'm going to look up the origin.
Okay, I've just looked him up, and we know he was dead before the 1970s because he taught James and Lily.
Yeah. No, it doesn't really give me a time of when it was popular. But, it would be an interesting one to be answered. And for them to not actively replace the role means that...
Maybe... No, it says post-mortem, 1970s, but he had a chocolate frog card that he gave to James Potter, and that confuses me. Where does this come from?
How long was chocolate frog?
I'm on Harry Potter Wikia, so I don't know how accurate this is either, so they could be taking it from anywhere.
Okay, yeah, point taken. Alright, now I'm confused. It's a mystery how old he is. We'll just leave it as a mystery, I guess.
Here's something. Binns is from binoculars, a slang term for spectacles. Notice that Professor Binns wore very thick glasses, apparently.
Oh, there you go. You learn something new every day.
And it says, a bin is also a large storage container. A dustbin is British English for garbage can. This boring professor could be described as a ghostly storage of information that many Hogwarts students view as rubbish.
There you go.
So...
if the class isn't engaging, people aren't going to want to participate.
Exactly. I think that could have been the most awesome subject.
No, so do I, and I'm a little bit disappointed. I feel like they've been cheated out of an education.
Yeah, because you hear what the subjects are, such as witch burnings and the Goblin Rebellion, and I'm sure they'll be really interesting in and of itself, but if someone's just sitting there in a monotone lecturing it at you...
Oh, well, I'm dumb. I'll be staring at him going, how do you do anything as a ghost? What ghost things do you experience? There's just so many questions I would have. I would frequently go off topic in class and excuse me, sir. Sir, excuse me. Sir, are you cold? Sir, It would be never ending.
You'd channel.
Sir, do you walk through walls? Sir, do you spy on other professors? Like, it would...
channeling Catherine Tate there.
Yeah. That would be me. I would, for certain, be the Lauren of that class.
Is this bothering you, sir? I'm not bothered. Are you bothered, sir?
Yeah, he'd be bothered.
I'd be bothered. But I think it's just interesting to have a ghost teaching. But the other thing is, he could be so cool. He could have lived through some of these things and like give first-hand knowledge. But no, he just goes lecture, 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 lecture for an entire period. He doesn't even need to breathe. He's a ghost. It could just be like a continuous stream of words.
That would be the worst. But yeah, that's a really good point. Like, if you're going to get a ghost to teach it, and having ghosts teach history isn't necessarily a bad idea. However, I guess there is bias, isn't there? So if you get a ghost to teach from the perspective of, I don't know, let's say something like a war period between wizards who believe that pure blood is the way, and wizards and witches who are like, no, it's fine. If you get like a pure blood wizard, they might spin, their version of the story.
Of course.
Whereas if you get somebody else who we would view as being morally right to tell the story, they still might have really horrible prejudice against the others, and they might use horrible terms and insult someone's family. With Malfoy there, that's going to be a risk. But you say something against the Malfoys, and he's like, ready to my father about this?
But that could be a problem with anything, though. In any world, you can always offend somebody.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying that would be the only downside to having someone who is actually there.
Yeah.
Taking them over what had happened. Like, that's the end of the day. It would have to be someone who could be truly impartial. I think Ben's pretty bloody impartial to everything.
Everything.
Nothing is fun.
Speaking of other different teachers, there's Ferenz, who comes in to teach divination.
Clip clop.
Clip clop.
How did he get up?
He didn't get up the stairs. Remember, they had him in like a ground floor classroom.
Clip clop. That would have been the most irritating sound walking down the hallway. Oh, I would have so badly wanted to jump on his back too.
Did you notice, it's only been the last couple of years that I've really noticed that Lavender Brown and Parvati Patil seem to actually have a crush on him?
I feel like I don't want to think about that too much.
They really do.
I'm still questioning what exactly happened to Dolores Umbridge in the Forbidden Forest. And I don't even want to question that. So I'm just going to strap on my innocent little goggles and wander away into a land of rainbows and chocolate frogs, far, far away from any notion of teacher-student relationships. Oh my gosh, why are people so into that?
I didn't
Fandom,
say
I
that
love
at
you.
all.
I
was
did.
saying that I was saying that they obviously had a crush on him.
And there's probably fanfiction out there to support that.
There probably is. We should Google it.
Okay. Just because it's there doesn't mean you should look at it. Just because it's out there does not mean you should obtain it. But, for real, deviating briefly, and while we're on the topic, the Harry Potter fandom
is sick and twisted.
So sick and twisted. I love you all. You are precious. You need help. I have seen so many Snape / everyone. What is it? It's because they want to save him. That's what it is. People have this desperate desire to make Snape a good guy. So what do? To make him a good guy, to rescue him?
Make him
they
fall
set
in
him
love.
up with Hermione. I'm like, okay, first Hermione's 16. Please, no. You'll all be making this worse.
And no matter what age she is, the age gap... Well, once you're an adult, you can make your own choices. But still, the age gap is questionable. I ask questions about certain age gaps.
I don't. I can deal with that. See, that I can deal with. It's the whole, underage and age of consent thing for me.
Yeah.
But even then, when they write that she's consenting and all-knowing and she's so wise and mature, I'm like, please.
She is still a 13-year-old girl. Yes, I found that. I have found that by accident. It's like Hermione enters her 3rd year of Hogwarts, and she's up to something bad.
Do you know what?
God!
It's like whoever came up with the marriage law challenge, I'm gonna find them and I'm gonna frown at them because as a result, I have seen so much Snape and Hermione, so much, and I'm like, oh, there's a thought and a half.
Right, moving back to safer territory with a clip.
What safe territory? This is the Harry Potter fandom, mate. Nothing's safe here. Nothing is sacred. You all need help. Don't go to Hogwarts because you'll probably bang all the teachers. It's accurate. Come on, people. Tell me it's not true. That it wouldn't happen. Snape's trying to walk down a hallway and you're all just like, oh, Snape, notice me. And Snape's like, ooh. Alan Rickman is spinning in his grave.
Notice me, senpai.
That's exactly what it is. Like the Mary Sue house would be like swooning all over the dungeon trying to get him to catch them, and he'd be like, oh no, please, Dumbledore, please, I'm done. Voldemort, kill me now. I was a double agent all along. And I'm sure that there is some Firenze as a teacher stuff out there. I don't want to know who else. I mean, really, there's not many eligible teachers. Lockhart, but I don't think anybody wrote about him. Probably Quirrell, actually. Ooh, there's a thought. Ooh, now I'm sad forever. Gross.
Yeah.
Well.
So, we're just going to wrap up right now. This is over with. We're done.
Yeah, guys, we've just decided that this is the worst. You're all the worst, and we can't deal with this anymore. On that note, though, you should definitely leave us a comment about the worst teacher-student ship you've ever seen.
The worst ship in general involving a teacher, teacher-parent.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, like Molly Weasley and Flitwick or something. Ooh.
You're just feeding the fandom. You are the problem, Jess.
I'm not the problem. I'm merely...
facilitating. Encouraging.
Because, you know what? Because as disturbed as they are, who am I to stop somebody else's creative flow? And you can't see the hand action that goes with that, but it looks like an ocean. So who am I to stop the creative flow of the fandom? Like, you do you, but do it somewhere far, far away where Jess can't see it and cannot have horrible, horrible nightmares about Molly Weasley sitting on Flitwick's desk as they bond over Ron's inability to do anything.
Neville's grandmother. Augusta in Flitwick.
Ooh.
She failed charms, but she tried to fix it.
Oh, a lot of tension there, I bet. Gross. How would that even work? Probably need like a low step stool.
Okay.
I always imagine her as a very tall lady. Like a very, very tall lady.
She is described as imposing, and we've gotten so off topic, Jess, that I'm going to have to rate this explicit or something.
Who cares? Rate it explicit.
Anyway, Clip Clop. We'll talk about Clip Clop. He's an interesting teacher. First class is just like, I'm going to teach you this subject, but you're never going to actually understand it.
What's the point?
Exactly.
What a hipster class to take.
It was a tipster now, because it's just like, I'm going to tell you these things, but you won't actually understand it, and you're never going to actually have the sight, and even if you do, the sight actually means nothing.
Yeah, walk out. Just leave. Everybody leave. Leave the sky staring pony man to do his thing, and it's just, you know what? It's just another role being filled. That's all it is, and that's all it has to be. Truly.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about Friends, because he became an outcast of the Centaurs because he agreed to become a teacher. So Dumbledore put him in a pretty poor position.
Yeah, I'm just gonna throw something out there, just as a thought. I don't think Dumbledore cared. I think Dumbledore was like, I don't even care about my staffing or my roster.
But by that point, he was going to get rid of... Sorry. He was going to get rid of divinations, until Trelawney had her true prediction and he realised he had to protect the precious snowflake. So when she got fired, why not just, say, you know what, we're not teaching this subject anymore. Problem solved. Even if Umbridge was trying to hire somebody else. I wonder who Umbridge would have hired for divinations.
Probably no one we know or no one we care about.
And what would divinations have become under a different teacher?
Theory. Lots and lots of theory. Like, Ministry approved, do nothing dangerous. And, let's face, divination could potentially be dangerous.
With Trelawney teaching it, yes.
Well, no.
Mass hysteria, if nothing else.
Well, I mean, really, that could be done with anyone if they were doing practical lessons, if you think about it. All it takes is one bad trip, and then you're like, everybody's freaking out.
That one bad excursion.
I saw a spider behind me on a Tuesday. I'm going to die.
Hogwarts excursions, that's a topic we can bring up later. I'm writing that down. But yes.
I don't know.
As always, though, Dumbledore's teacher choices are questionable. But then there's probably, some people who are really actually genuinely good at their jobs. Like Flitwick. I think he sounds pretty okay. And he even knows when it's a hopeless battle. There's one year, I'm trying to remember which one it is, where he just, I think it's the fourth year before the Yule Ball, he just gives up trying to teach the class. He's like, you know what, kids? Play cards, talk, do whatever you want, just don't cause a mess. And that is legit. That's what real teachers do. They read the room, and some days they know it's just not going to happen. So they say, you know what? Just don't destroy anything, and we're cool, right?
I would take that as an invitation to destroy everything.
Of course you would.
Absolutely. Why not? We're in a magical school. It can be repaired with magic. Oh my gosh.
But no, what I mean is, though, Flitwick is legit. He
is. He's a good teacher. He is a good teacher, and he's not overly bizarre, but he's not forceful either. He doesn't have the edge that McGonagall does, but you can imagine that things would usually get done in class, but not always. He seems like he'd be the teacher you'd go to and ask for an extension, and he'd give it to you.
Definitely. He'd be like, oh, that's fine. Just make sure it's in by Monday or something.
That's so good.
Yeah. And I love... In a way, he sometimes almost appears as comic relief, the poor thing, because it's like they're learning the summoning charm, and instead of summoning the pillows, Neville is summoning Flitwick.
Yeah.
And just flies along the classroom.
That was a little bit comedic relief, and I can kind of see it, but I still think, he seems like a pretty good teacher. I had teachers in my school that really I could kind of see as being a Flitwick,
Yeah.
So I feel like that was actually really spot on for a teacher. You have to have one normal one at least. Considering you've got Snape, who's obviously a bit of an antagonist. You've got Trelawney, who's, a little bit batty. It's good that there were some teachers that were really kind of grounded.
Definitely. I like Sprout as well, as I said, so she's good
value.
Oh,
yeah. She wouldn't even give you a deadline for anything. I'll just be like, do what you want.
Just keep the plant alive. That's all you need to do.
Don't kill the pot plant.
She gives
God damn it, Weasley.
After Harry does that interview with Rita Skeeter in the 5th book, I think she gives him 20 points for fetching a watering can for her or something, and I'm like, that is, top level awesome. Because she can't talk to him about it, so yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think she's a really good one, and it makes sense. She's also she's portrayed as being very, sweet. That mom teacher, again, we all had one at some point, that teacher that's really nice and warm, and everybody loves them, and I think she would get good results out of her students, not necessarily just because of her teaching style, but because of who she's portrayed, how she's portrayed.
Yeah.
She's really sweet and warm, and when you're at a boarding school, and you're missing that mother figure maybe, it makes sense that she's there.
Yeah, and
in a way. I didn't really voice that quite clearly in the way I wanted it to, but, you'll know what I'm talking about.
And I think she's legit. I think she's a good leader of Hufflepuff House.
Yeah.
She's all over it. She's mummering those kids when they need it, being like the, sweet and gentle, and also firm. I think she would be firm when needed.
Oh,
she can whip out the discipline.
No, and I completely agree.
Yeah,
she works really hard as well.
Mm.
Like, she just goes above and beyond. She stayed behind during the Battle of Hogwarts. She threw Devil's Snare onto Death Eaters and other dangerous plants, which I think is like if you're gonna do it with your own flair. What are you gonna do? Throw dangerous plants at people?
Like Trelawney was in her tower throwing crystal balls.
Which, I'm sorry, but that is so fantastic. That makes me so happy thinking about it like that. I can just picture it, and it's just hilarious. And, she grew the mandrakes when the big, his thing was out. Yeah, that thing. I do have a soft spot for her. I feel like she and Minerva would have a really good relationship, and I believe it's actually said that they do. They did overlap.
Yes, they
at
did.
Hogwarts, and I feel like they would have a really good.
Yeah, I think it even said that they had a good relationship at Hogwarts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I can see that. They would have been awesome friends.
Mm-hmm.
Professor Hagrid.
Look, the intentions were good.
His intentions are always good.
I think in some ways he would actually make a really good professor for some students because everything would be so hands-on.
Yes.
And I think some students would need that. However, teaching him the concept of risk management would have been, if I was hiring Hagrid, I'd buddy, come sit down, let me take you over something. This is called a risk assessment. I want you to go through what you're about to do and where you're about to do it. I want you to make a list of all the things you see, and then I want you to put it up against this chart and start making some real equations to figure out whether it's a mild or severe risk.
Or somewhere in the middle. And after that, work out what could go wrong, what's the catastrophic, and what's the most likely, and what's the least problematic thing that could go wrong. And we're going to sit down and if most likely is student dying, let's reevaluate what we're doing today. Maybe,
and our strategies.
Maybe blast-ended scroots are not the best idea.
I was thinking that. I would not like to attend that class, to be honest with you.
The thing I love is he always tries to overcorrect. So he has the hippogriff, and obviously Draco gets hurt. So he goes to flubberworms for the rest of the year, and makes his exam for the year keep the flubberworm alive for an hour.
That's hilarious. I'm sorry, that is funny.
Do you remember how they ended up killing the flubberworms by accident because they fed them too much lettuce?
Yeah.
It's like Hagrid. Really. And,
they had one job.
Then he starts with blast-ended scroots, and then he doesn't overcorrect. He does unicorns and nifflers, which are cool. Actually, I like that when he does that. That's good teaching. Good. I mean,
there's a lot of just jumping back to excursions. There's always potential to take them on excursion to see a dragon with a dragon handler or a team of 10. That would have been a really cool one, just as a thought. But anyways, good intentions, but it doesn't really. Again, this is why we need to talk about qualifications, because I think we need to have qualified teachers coming in.
Yeah, some study abroad or something, not just, I really like dangerous creatures. I'm going to put these dangerous creatures with a bunch of teenagers.
I own a dog.
I own a normal dog and a 3-headed dog. Totally qualified for this.
Once I hatched a dragon, briefly.
Had a dragon once. Had a spider. A big one.
Yeah.
That now eats people.
Fuck, who am I to judge? I'm not qualified. He can teach all he wants. He can do that. I wouldn't want to do it. No way. You couldn't get me in that classroom. Or outdoors. Ew. No. Done. 100% no.
But a syllabus would be nice as well.
Yeah, a syllabus would be nice.
Actually, can we just... This probably is a conversation for another time, but why the hell was Draco taking care of magical creatures? He doesn't care.
Maybe he does care. Have you ever asked?
He He totally does not care. Like, I do not know why he's there and not, like, doing some... arithmancy. That's the kind of thing his
You never
father would
know.
approve of.
He could be interested though. I mean, think about it. If you're a young person and you're at a magical school and you're like, oh, okay, care of magical creatures. What are they going to teach us about? Maybe it's going to be dragons and cool stuff I haven't heard of, and I think it would pique my interest.
I stand by my statement that Draco just would not care. And even if he did, let's say he did, once Hagrid's teaching, you'd think he would go somewhere else, like, and realise this probably isn't for me, and instead of wasting my time, I should go take a different class.
Yeah, but can you just get your classes changed once it's all begun?
Hermione
Like,
does.
oh, there you go. Yeah, but she's Hermione and she's amazing, whereas Draco's not that nice.
Anyway,
So I can foresee people being like, no, we're not going to change it.
I think this is a conversation probably for another time, really.
But yeah, although that does bring up the question of if you don't like it, is not liking your professors also a legitimate reason to change? I imagine once he got hurt, it would have been a different subject, but otherwise people would have been leaving potions for years.
But
doing
potions is a core class.
I don't care. I would be like, I'm jumping out a window if you make me sit in that little room with Snape for one more day. Argue with me. Come on, argue with me, professors. They'll be like, I don't want to deal with that. You're not doing potions anymore. Watch as I skip merrily down the hallway.
Remedial potions with a different professor.
Dumbledore. It's Dumbledore. And we're not even making potions. We're making avocado dip.
I know I'm meant to be teaching you potions, but let's learn how to make candy instead.
No, it'll be dip. It'll definitely be dip. That, or we'll be like, it'll be me and Trelawney, and I'll talk her into getting me alcohol, and we'll be, because she's
glasses of sherry.
Midnight margaritas. She'll be teaching me how to, like, stir it with my wand at all the right consistencies, and how to mix this much fire whiskey with something else to make it not too lethal for the next morning. Yeah, remedial potions with Trelawney. Done.
That is
Thanks.
That is a new class. We are doing it.
It's happening.
It's happening.
It's perfect.
Yep.
Perfect.
Well, talking back to potions masters, Professor Slughorn.
I think he'd be a really good teacher.
Me too. I actually think he was a good teacher. Not sure how I feel about his whole slug club thing. You know, pretty much trying to get in with people who could potentially one day make something of themselves so he can have favours.
Yeah, it's a bit shady, but I think he's greedy, but I don't think that he's necessarily just like a horrible person either.
I don't think he's a horrible person. I just think he's shady. There's some shadiness.
I think he does have some genuine affection though for some of the...
Oh, no, I'm not even saying there's not genuine affection.
I know, but like I'm just
It's
adding
ambition. It's his Slytherin ambition. That's why he's a Slytherin. He's ambitious. Couldn't make anything of himself, so he makes something of himself through the people he knows.
And the people he teaches, yeah.
Well, knows, yes.
Yeah.
So he's got his slug club for all those who have potential, and then, you know, he can be like, oh yes, I know her. She's part of the, what are they called? The something harpies.
Holyhead Harpies.
Holyhead Harpies, and I get free tickets whenever I want.
Yeah.
You should see the faces I'm making.
No, I can like imagine it, but I do think you're right on the ambition, and he's probably a little bit greedy, but I do think like deep down he does have like also that, not for all of them maybe, I think there are some who he'd never care about again, but certainly for like Lily.
Oh yes.
He did genuinely care for her, and when she dies and he's explaining that to Harry, you know, it's quite a sad little story.
It is.
And in the movies it was actually quite sad.
It's well done.
The actor was amazing. What an amazing choice for Slughorn. Actually, it really gave him really could have changed the character who they got to portray him, and you know, I liked the way he was as a teacher as well.
Yeah. I quite enjoyed Slughorn, and he came back and fought in the Battle of Hogwarts.
Yeah, which again, I do think says it's got to say something about a person to do that.
Definitely.
I think, yeah, you know what I mean?
Yes, I know what you mean. I am with you in agreement.
Yeah, and I think a lot of the teachers were good like that.
Yeah. I bet he was qualified. I bet he did some really cool stuff and was actually qualified to teach. As much as you can be in the wizarding world.
Are you kidding me? I honestly think him and McGonagall and Flitwick and Pomona, obviously. I think they are all really qualified. Like, really qualified. I do believe that, like, 100%.
Definitely, yeah. There's some who really are, and then
I guess that makes you question the difference between academic experience and qualifications and life experiences and how those can qualify you to do something, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, but that's when we can come back to at another point. How? Because the wizarding world is so different, but yeah. Yeah, I like lost track of my thought there for a second.
I could tell. I was like,
I'm like thinking of 5 different things now to just do with the Harry Potter world, and I'm like, oh yeah, like, oh I should make notes, and no, I'm not gonna make notes. No way. I don't do that.
You're not gonna put in effort. What's effort?
No. Gross.
Right. Then
putting in effort is a Hufflepuff thing to do.
Then we've got like a bunch of background professors that are just mentioned, like Sinestra.
Yeah.
And there's another one I'm trying to think of. And I can't. So we've got these background teachers. What do you think? Do you think they've got qualifications? Some of them, Hermione's like, oh, they are so amazing. Rah, 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 rah.
Probably.
They're probably the qualified ones. We know the unqualified ones because it's Harry Potter and Harry gets all the interesting things happen to him.
Yeah, true. Well, I mean, we can't do much about those we don't know anything about. It's kind of like it's a hard thing, isn't it? Like,
yep. I'm just going to say they were awesome and legit and were up to nothing shady, and they went to Wizard University.
Have you been to Wizard University, guys? I mean, really? Come on. Who are you to question the professors? Oh my gosh. JK, we just need answers. I remember I got so excited when she said she was going to release an encyclopedia. Bet you it would have had the answers to this sort of stuff.
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe not. I'm wondering if it'll be an encyclopedia of, like, general stuff.
This was years ago and Pottermore was the encyclopedia, so it was really pointless. Because Pottermore is pretty much pointless. Oh, yeah. I said that.
Yeah, loads of people think so. Apparently it used to be better when it was more gamey.
It was better when it was gamey. Well, I think so anyways. There was more to do and there was more interaction.
Yeah.
With the other fans, so I think that was better. Whereas Pottermore now is just like, she releases bits of information in dribbles. I would have rather waited 5 years for a comprehensive, like, book, and then I'd wait another 5 years for another one.
Rather than the website.
Yeah. Because,
enough.
You go on there and some of the... so you try and go learn about the professors, right? We learn about McGonagall through her page, but it says nothing about this sort of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. But I suppose she's slowly dribbling out information. If that's what she wants to do, who are we to tell Rowling what to do? She is a goddess.
Fans.
Yeah, I hear they don't
the reason
appreciate
she has that money.
I hear authors and other celebrities don't appreciate when fans are like that.
I don't really care. It's fine. It's fine. I just want answers. And look, in reality, I know she may not have the answers. And it's probably good in a way because, you don't want to have too much information or it really concretes the world down.
Exactly.
And you don't want to have too much canon information in a way. But it would be really good to know because this isn't so huge that it would necessarily affect everything about the story. It affects fan fiction and people who are writing in canon all the time, but it doesn't really affect anything or anyone else. And I think our theory of the apprenticeship thing is probably pretty spot on anyways.
Yeah, maybe. I'm
really
up and down about that.
No, I think that's pretty spot on. I think that would be really...
There's no Defense Against the Dark Arts apprenticeship. There's no teacher half the time.
Yeah, but prior to all the issues they'd had, you never know. Maybe it was. And considering how we've come from a society that was, warring all the time and skirmishes or fights. I can imagine it would have been like a department and training and people have had experience. I think that would work.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know what you just did, but I can hear background noise.
Oh no!
Are you moving around?
No, I'm trying to stay very still, actually.
Okay, there's just a lot of rustling. Anyways, I want to go back.
That would be the cat.
What?
There's a cat. He's sitting down now. I can see him.
Okay. The cat's come to say hi. Hello, Crookshanks.
Yeah, Crookshanks. Oh, he's frowning.
I was
as much as cats
see if you can get him to meow into the microphone and say hello to everybody.
Oh no, he's not moving. He is done. Done with life.
All the effort to get up on the bed.
Oh, he's sick of it. Yeah, he is.
Anyways, I was going to go back in time to last episode where we talked about all the Defense Against the Dark Arts professors and put them in a line. And we talked about Gilderoy Lockhart very briefly and was saying about how he appears somewhat qualified because of his books. Yeah, remember?
Yeah.
I still think Dumbledore knew all along and just didn't care.
Maybe.
He was desperate because there was nobody else applying for the position. And as you said, he's Dumbledore. He doesn't care.
Yeah,
but
I think probably.
Having said that, I think Lockhart could have been an awesome teacher if only he knew how to teach. See what I'm saying here?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
He's got the knowledge because he stole it from all those other wizards. So he just needs to know how to teach that knowledge. Instead of, releasing pixies in the classroom, because that's a smart idea.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I still think it's hard to teach it without having actually done it yourself. Do you kind of know what I mean?
No, I get what you're saying, but you don't need to have defeated a troll to be able to do, say, the spell that was used to defeat the troll. You just need to be able to practice that spell.
Yes.
So if he could take all that nice theory he's got, practice a bit, and then apply it to teaching, he could have done well. He had an opportunity to actually do something and not just pretend to have done something.
Yeah, but I guess there has to be a reason he applied for the position. There has to be a reason. Because otherwise I couldn't normally just see him applying to be a teacher. So I guess he must have been running out of money, or he must have been...
No, he just released a new book. He was riding high.
Oh, okay then. Well...
Maybe he just was hoping it'll be an easy gig. Maybe he thought he could do it. Maybe he thought he would be able to charlatan his way through it.
Yeah, you know what? It's possible. It is possible. I mean... I just think, Hold on, no, I've completely lost my train of thought again. Oh no. What was I thinking? This is the worst. No, I can't remember, dude.
Okay. I was going to say, I think we should do an episode on Gilderoy Lockhart. So try to remember what you want to say, write it down, and when we come back and do a whole episode on him,
Writing things down is my weakness.
We'll talk about it. So, we've come to that time again, another episode of Random Ships, before we go into our fan topic. Once again...
Random ships. Random ships.
Does whatever a random ship does.
Yes.
Can it swing from a web?
Of course it can. It's a random ship. Look out.
It's the random
ship. This is a random ship.
So,
yeah.
By now I hope everybody knows what we do during this segment. And once again, we can only pick from Hogwarts professors, as that's what we've been talking about. So, Jess, are you ready?
Oh, man. I'm ready. I'm unhappy about it, and I'm ready.
I was born ready for this. Okay.
Were you?
Yes.
She's been writing that fic. She's been writing that fic, guys. I just know it.
Writing that... I don't even know who you've picked, so how could I be writing a fic about it?
No, it's not. No, not that. No, woman. Woman.
Okay.
That style of fic. Oh.
I was born disgusting and depraved.
Oh.
No, I wasn't. I'm cute and innocent. I'm adorable.
Oh, look.
Right,
Not
are you
the
ready?
least. No. Yes, I'm ready.
Okay then. 3, 2, 1. Friends.
Snape! Alright.
Oh dear.
Myself in the Black Lake now. Bye.
No matter who you picked, I knew this would be bad because of who I picked.
It's not happening, is all I'm gonna say to you.
No, it's happening. It's happening. This episode's now rated explicit.
Just like Snape Miney, it's happening even though I don't want it to.
So,
even though I said no.
Firenze has been hired at Hogwarts and he lives on the ground floor in his weird forest classroom with stars on the ceiling. And in that forest classroom with stars on the ceiling, there are lilies.
Oh no.
So, sad, lonely Snape is going along and he's like, I'm going to take some lilies. Wait, let me do my Snape voice. I'm going to take some lilies. Because I am Snape and I like Lily.
And what the bloody passionate centaur man comes along and this is a bad romance novel. You're going to be writing for Mills and Boon, my friend.
So Snape goes into the forest classroom with stars on the ceiling. That's like saying that now. And he looks around and there's no sign of the centaur, so he sneaks along and he finds the lilies and starts cutting them. And then,
rude.
Firenze comes in, clip clop, and is like, what are you doing in my forest classroom with stars on the ceiling? And Snape is all, a bit abashko, and he's like, think of an excuse. I was, cutting these flowers, for a potion. Mm-hmm. And Firenze is all like, that's not cool, man. You've just, walked into my room and not asked permission and started stealing my stuff. You can't just have my stuff. And Snape's
in my head, I'm trying to predict how this ends, and it's just getting worse and worse.
And Snape's all like, well, I've cut them now. I'm sorry, dude, but I've got these lilies and I've cut them. And friends are like, nah, you gotta pay for those now.
Ooh, it took the direction I didn't want it to. Oh, no.
And some very, very weird smut worthy of the Harry Potter fandom occurs. And I'm going to stop there and not describe the smut.
Oh, I'm so unhappy.
I'm sure the dirty minds of the Harry Potter fandom can fill in my blanks.
Don't encourage them.
And so it all happens and, Snape limps out of there.
Oh, no, stop. Wizard Jesus, take the wheel. I'm done with life. Oh.
It is just like, that's never happening again. And he clutches his bouquet of lilies, sobbing quietly to himself as he goes back into the dungeon and never tells anyone what happened.
Dude, that's not a ship. That's some non-consensual stuff going on, which is, I will have you know, something centaurs do. Oh, rate this episode explicit. Oh, that is... Ooh.
But
I am here for you guys. I am also traumatized.
It is still a ship, even if it's wrong and bad stuff happens. It is still a ship.
I mean, I thought there were people who were screwed up when I saw that Fenrir was being shipped with people, but this is... Oh.
Alright, no. I'm gonna look this up and see who Firenze is shipped with.
Oh, no. Don't. Oh, I'm here for you guys. If you're listening to this and you're upset at any point or concerned, you can talk to me about those horrible feelings. And what I want you to remember to do is I want you to say, stop, Mel, I don't like it. With your firm words.
Oh, God!
Look, see, she's looked it up. Do you see what I've looked up?
I didn't even read the first sentence. I didn't make it through the first sentence of this, not even of the fanfic. This is of the blurb. Dumbledore learns that Harry is carrying Firenze's child.
Okay, I'm done. Bye. Bye, everybody. Podcasting has been fun, but I'm done with everything based on that.
Oh Oh god, I'm getting out of that. I'm not actually looking at any more. But there you go, Firenze is shipped with people.
We have people who will look that up. Oh, I'm sorry, children.
I
I'm
I
sorry.
hope there are no children listening to us.
Oh. Ooh.
If there are, I apologize profusely if I have in any way corrupted you. But let's be honest, you're gonna go do it yourself anyway.
And if there are any parents listening, I'm so sorry. I assure you that it's not normally like this, just sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
Okay.
We really need to start Witch Weekly after hours to
Oh,
take care of that.
people don't want to hear us trash talking inappropriate things and theories about Harry Potter, do they?
If you want to hear
Wink,
us
wink.
talking about inappropriate things in Harry Potter, leave us a comment on Facebook or send us a message and we'll never tell anyone you wanted it. It can be our little secret. Or send us an email.
We're good at keeping. We'll be legitimate. We'll take that bullet for you.
We will own it and be like, we are just sick and twisted. And people
But
will
we need to hear that interest or we're not doing it.
Yeah.
Or we'll do it and just not record it. We've had so many horrible conversations.
We have. So if you want to hear those horrible conversations, let us know. And we will set up another podcast channel just for that.
Da-da-da-dun.
Dun-dun-dun. Anyway.
We should move on to the fan topic.
Yeah, I've just opened our fan topic. And the up next...
It cracks me up.
The up next video is Harry Potter accidentally kisses Professor McGonagall. Anyways, but no, let's talk about our fan topic, which is good, clean fun that is family and child friendly, mostly.
And it actually, when you sent it to me, when I opened it, I was like, oh yeah, I was like, how's this gonna go? And then I actually started to watch it. Man, I kid you not, I was laughing like a lunatic.
It is just so funny. It's just like they're kids. They are teenagers.
They're so sweet and wholesome.
They're so sweet and wholesome and just having fun. So I found on YouTube a video called The Hogwarts Teachers Lounge. The link will be in the description of this episode. And it's done by Shameless Cosplay and other stuff. And it is just some flashes of each school year, not even told in order, but of each school year for the first 6 years of Harry Potter, of Snape in the Teachers Lounge with McGonagall and whoever the Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher is for that year. And
yeah.
It is just adorable. I think they had loads of fun doing it. I had a look at some of their other videos, and it just looks like they're having fun and they've just pulled out a video camera while they're being silly.
And I love that they're getting creative with Harry Potter. I think Harry Potter really inspires a lot of young kids to get creative, and then they take whatever they start out with and they improve because of it, using Harry Potter as their
starting block.
Or an inspiration, yeah. So my favourite things are the fact that Snape is wearing the best hat I've ever seen.
I think it's meant to be hair.
I know, that's the best part. You'll get it when you watch it.
Yeah, when you watch it, it's got the best hat that they're treating it like a wig, but still, it is just fantastic.
It's adorable, and the way that Snape reacts to certain things. One thing I love is that everybody seems to want to take Snape and actually turn him into quite a comic relief character.
Yeah.
And it works. It really works. I can enjoy a Snape that is hilarious. I can enjoy a Snape that is, being a bit silly. And, oh gosh, I started watching it. I was like, oh yeah, just some kids. No. Actually quite funny. Just their pure take on characters.
Exactly.
Love it.
And as I said, they're just having fun. And that's what it's all about in the end. Like, when we started this podcast, we said, we're here to have fun, and if we're not having fun, we're not doing it. And I think that's what those kids are pretty much doing. They're having fun, and they're sharing it with everybody else, which is fantastic. So
yeah, exactly. And I don't know, they'll probably, never listen to this, but if you do, you guys are amazing, and I might even leave them a comment, actually, because it's just hilarious and wonderful.
Their last video was last year, so it's April last year, so it has been over a year since they posted anything. But you never know, they might come back and be, super awesome cosplay actors now.
Oh, yeah.
Jess is leaving them a comment, letting them know.
I am.
Are you leaving it from yours or from our YouTube channel?
Oh, I was just going to do it from mine. I didn't even think about that. Okay, we'll do that later then, yeah.
Leave it from our channel. Let them know.
Yeah, that's an adorable. Oh, they're so cute. Seriously, and it's actually on YouTube. There are tons of videos like that. People.
And it's sad they've only had 121 views, so we need to boost this up and let people see it.
Now we have like 83 likes on our Facebook, discluding us. That's still 81. If we could get 81 extra views onto that video, that would be cool. But I know we probably can't.
Oh, you never know. 81. That gives us 200 views.
That would be really cool, guys. So go on, have a look. If you like it, you should share it with your friends. And just as a side note to anybody new who is listening, hi. How are you?
Spread the Harry Potter love, everybody.
Just the sane and consensual love, please.
Yeah. Let's keep everything G or PG-13 as much as possible. Unless you want Witch Weekly After Hours. I totally want to do that now.
We are not doing burlesque with stripteases. It's not happening.
That is a brilliant idea.
Although I have seen an amazing... I've got our first fan topic for Harry Potter Witch Weekly After Hours, so
everybody, look, we've already started planning this. Everybody should hit us up and let us know that they want it, because we all know you want it. We need to hear you tell us. We need consent.
Does anybody else see a theme with this lady? Because I'm seeing a theme.
No. I just said we need consent.
Yes.
So, we know you want it, but before we do it, we need you to tell us that you want it. Because we're not going to force this upon you. Because we believe in consent on Witch Weekly.
First you have to talk to them nicely and buy them nice dinner, and then you talk about it, and then you have Witch Weekly After Hours.
Exactly. Yep.
Perfect.
So, everybody should go and check out the Hogwarts Teacher Lounge. Link in the description.
So adorable.
And now, Jess.
So wholesome.
It's so wholesome and adorable, unlike us. We should probably feature them in another episode. Just because this one's going to be explicit.
Oh yeah, probably.
And they are good and wholesome fun. Planning on air, but anyway, we should actually just do a fandom episode and just talk about some of our favourite fanfics, fan arts, fan videos. We should do that one week.
Oh yeah.
We'll do that. Anyways, on to our what if. Dun 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 dun! What if there was a wizard university? So you graduate Hogwarts and go off to wizard university. What kind of subjects do you think they have? What kind of pathways would it open? Do you think they would have a teaching qualification?
Yes, and I think they have a lot of gender role stuff going on.
What, you think like there'll be, teaching how to cook with magic? For girls only.
No, I just think they'll be like focusing a lot on why witches have been oppressed.
They'd have social justice
and demonized. They would.
And
I just think that would be thinking about like, I know that men have been accused of being witches and they've been murdered, which is awful. But women have so often been, really vilified as witches and using magic for evil, that I do think that would actually be a class.
Yeah,
I do actually believe that.
Class.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just now having images of all the different clubs they would have, and Hermione would turn up to her first day of which university and be ready to set up SPEW.
Yeah, she'd start it. She'd just be like, first day there, done.
Done. She has it already. She comes to her first day, the orientation day with all the stalls, and has her own stall. She just doesn't even bother looking at anyone else's. Oh, she looks, but she doesn't leave hers because the house elves need their rights.
She would have looked through a program and sent off owls accordingly to join other clubs, but first and foremost is spew.
Exactly. But this wizarding university, I think would have been fantastic. You need a qualification to be around children. Nobody has cleared these people to be around children apart from Dumbledore, and I don't trust Dumbledore's judgment.
Dumbledore probably shouldn't be around children as it is. Like, they're all shady. McGonagall's great, but like,
McGonagall's
they're all
fine.
shady.
But like Snape, Gilderoy Lockhart.
Yeah, like Snape needs to be performance managed. There needs to be some...
Can you just see Dumbledore sitting down with the performance management? Now Severus.
Doing the compliment sandwich.
Yeah.
You've got a great cloak. You're a cunt to the children. I like your hair. That'll be it. Potions. Proud of you.
You're Snape. You were good at making potions. You were horrible at teaching it. You do a sullen, upset, bitter man very well.
That's a good one, but in reality it would be, you're very good at potions, you're terrible with children, otherwise your teaching methods would be pretty good for the older kids. But for the younger kids, it's like you're giving them night terrors. Please stop.
You are the Bogart of a student.
Which says something.
It says a lot. But yes, Wizard University. I'm just like having great ideas now. You like cheating? You've got
too much
spell check quills.
I feel like it would also allow for too much experimentation with magic, leading down a possibly dark route. Once I think about it, uni's all about challenging yourself and about learning new things and really. So I can kind of see why there wouldn't be a Wizard University then.
Voldemort would have gone to Wizard University.
Yeah, he would have. And, like, the higher-ups wouldn't want there to be a Wizard University because then people might take it upon themselves to learn more with help because all the information would be there. Well, not all the information, but a lot of information would be there.
Yes, because the Wizarding World is actually a really suppressed society that is controlled so heavily by the Ministry. They would not want it.
Yes.
Oh, my God. We could have... Oh, this is going to be a whole episode.
And that's why teachers aren't qualified. We've cracked the code. That's why teachers aren't qualified. Because the Ministry is like, we don't want them to get a good education, because then they might be like, hey, I bet I could figure out how to turn everyone into zombies. How sick would that be?
No.
I'm gonna go learn about...
No, it's not even that. It is, I have the knowledge to overthrow the Ministry and its suppression and create a better world in which these high-up Ministry wizards don't rule over us.
Or... I'm going to overthrow the Ministry so that I can have a zombie world.
You just want a zombie world.
No, I just want to see the world burn, really. I mean, that's kind of funny. Like, I would certainly... If I was given magic, I would definitely go to the dark side. Like, as much as I want to be... No. You know what? I'd be chaotic evil.
You just want to watch the world burn.
Chaotic evil, but every now and then I'd do things that are, like, really nice. Or chaotic neutral. I'd just be all over the place.
You'd be chaotic, just chaotic.
Thank you.
It's like not good, not bad, not neutral. It's just chaos. And sometimes you feel good, sometimes you feel bad. And
it's like, why are you throwing potatoes everywhere? Why are they now on fire? Like, no one knows. It's just another day with Jess.
Some day she wants to hug a puppy. Some day she wants to kill a child.
As I work with children, I'm going to have to say no to that one. Some days it's like a picnic, and other days it's more like, the Battle of Hastings. You kind of don't know which way it's going to go until you're there.
I'm imagining the Battle of Hastings starting as a picnic. That just went really wrong.
Thank you. I do my best to make sure everyone is constantly surprised.
Anyways, that is all that we have time for tonight. So, this week, leave us comments if you want us to do Witch Weekly After Hours. Or, what was the one you wanted?
I don't remember, but they've already listened.
Yeah, you've listened. That's recorded. Yeah, why haven't you commented yet, people? Get commenting. And as always...
You have to be nice to them or they won't comment.
Sorry. Please leave us a comment. Please.
Oh,
Is that better? Have I been nice enough?
Okay, why is she putting on an accent, guys?
Because it is a nice British accent and I'm being a nice person.
It is not a nice British accent. Okay, guys, just leave us a comment, say hello, tell Mel to stop. Remember what I said, use your words.
I could be Scottish if you like.
Oh, that's not Scottish. Guys, she needs to be corrected. Do something. Send help. Save me.
And if you want to contact us, if you don't know how to contact us, we are on Facebook, Tumblr, and Instagram as Witch Weekly Podcast, and we're on Twitter and Pinterest as Witch Weekly Cast, and you can send us emails, at Witch Weekly Podcast. I've just thrown myself off. Emails go to witchweeklypodcast@gmail.com, and we'll be seeing, or you will be listening to us, you lovely people, again next week when we think of a whole new topic to talk about. Bye!
Bye!